Good morning, everyone. This is Unit 1 of IEL Chemistry from January 2015. In this session, I'll discuss MCQs, multiple choice questions. So, the first one, a solution contains 33 parts per million solute. So, we have the concentration in ppm. The mass of a solute dissolved in 1 kilogram of the solution. So, the formula, the concentration in ppm, parts per million, is equals to mass of solute divided by mass of the solution into 1 million. But both should be in the same unit because we need our answer in grams. So the mass of the solution should also be in gram. So concentration in ppm is 33 ppm. Mass of solute is unknown. Mass of the solution 1 kilogram or 1000 gram and into 1 million. So it will be 33 multiplied by 1000 divided by 1 million. So it matches with option C. The Avogadro's constant equal to number of, so gram of element which contains 6 exponent 23 atom. Element can exist as an atom, element can exist as a molecule. Like example, when we say oxygen, hydrogen, these are molecules. But when we say sodium, lithium, helium, these are atoms. So this statement is not true for elements which exist as a molecule. Atoms contained in 1 mole of any element, again that's not true because it should be a specific number. Avogadro's number 6 exponent 23. Atoms contain in 1 mole of monoatomic element. So monoatomic element means that it will have only one atom in a molecule. So 1 mole of a substance is the total number, and that will be 6 into 10 to the power 23, 6.02 exponent 23. That's why C is the right answer. Why not D? Particles, atoms, ion, or molecule required to make 1 gram of a substance. That's not true because 1 gram of a substance may have different number of moles for different element. Like because 1 mole of sodium is 23, 1 mole of carbon is 12. So 1 gram of sodium and 1 gram of carbon will have different number of moles. A hydrocarbon contains 82.7% carbon and 17.3% hydrogen. The molecular formula. So first we'll find the empirical formula. We have the percentage of carbon and hydrogen. Carbon is 82.7 and hydrogen is 17.3. Divide by atomic mass. So this will be 12 and 1. 82.7 divided by 12, that will be 6.89, and this will be 17.3. We divide by smallest value 6.89 and 6.89. So this will be 1, and 17.3 divided by 6.89, which is equals to 2.5. Whenever one of the value is 1.5, 2.5, we multiply all of them by 2. So this will be C2 and H5. So the structure empirical formula shows the simplest ratio between the atom. So simplest ratio should be 2 is to 5. So either C can be answer or D can be answer because both have the ratio 2 is to 5. But C does not support any structure because either it should be hydrocarbon, can be alkane. If it was alkane, the general formula CnH2n plus 2. It will be alkene, the general formula CnH2n, or it can be alkyne, CnH2n minus 2. So it does not matches with alkane, alkene, or alkyne. So that's why D is the right answer. an ion X contains 36 electron. So negative charge is there, means it is having one extra electron. So normal atom will have 35 electrons. And we have to arrange 35 electron or atomic number 35. Even you can use this, you can use a periodic table, atomic number 35, you can find the element, the region where it belongs to, because group 1 and 2 are S block element. The 35, atomic number 35 is bromine, and this whole region is a P block element. So it means this is a P block element. So you don't have to write, you can also write the electronic configuration, but you don't have to write, as we can work out by looking at its atomic number and check the periodic table. So it is a P block element. Consider the following data. So following data is given. The value calculated enthalpy change in kilojoule per mole for the following reaction. So carbon plus oxygen gives carbon monoxide, and we need enthalpy change for this reaction. So what we can do, we can use a Hess law here. When carbon react with oxygen, it is forming carbon dioxide. So maybe it will form carbon dioxide. Or if we have lead is reacting with oxygen, it might form lead oxide. And lead oxide reacted with carbon monoxide, what it can form? It can form lead and carbon dioxide. So according to Hess law, where the two arrows are pointing out, that is the start of the cycle. So this is the start of the cycle where two arrows are pointing out, and where the two arrows are pointing in, that is end of the cycle. So here what happened? Lead carbon can react with oxygen to form carbon. The first one, carbon react with oxygen, give carbon dioxide. This enthalpy change is given minus 394. Or this is not no reaction here for lead. Or lead react with oxygen. It can, so lead react with oxygen can form lead oxide. So this is minus 217. And carbon react with oxygen to form carbon monoxide. So this is X, which is unknown for us. And when lead oxide plus carbon monoxide, this will be minus 66. So overall energy change is independent of the root. So if we start the cycle one, like if we say minus 217 plus X and then minus 66, the overall, so this energy plus this is equals to minus 394. So when we solve for X, these minus 66 and minus 217 will move other side, so we'll get as minus 111. So B will be the right answer for question 5. Which of the following enthalpy changes cannot be measured directly? So for endothermic reactions, we cannot measure directly. Combustion of hydrogen, exo. Formation of carbon dioxide when something burned, exo. Combustion of carbon monoxide, exo. So the only one which we are left with is a formation of a methane, which cannot be measured directly because it will be an endothermic reaction. Which of the following equation represent a step that is not involved in the formation of, because what happened, first we have lithium in a solid state, and we have iodine molecule in a solid state as well. First we atomize lithium and we atomize iodine. Then we ionize, like remove the electron from lithium. here it should be half mole, so that we have 1, and then electron is added to. So lithium ion is there in a gaseous state and iodide ion in a gaseous state, which will form lithium iodide or element directly formed. So which of them, lithium plus iodine give lithium iodide? That's there. Iodine, atomization of iodine, atomization of lithium, but ionization of iodine is not there because iodine is a non-metal. It will gain electrons, so there will be electron affinity, not the ionization. Which of the following most polarization? Most polarization, the size of the positive ion should be small as possible, and the charge on the positive ion should be large as, so that it can cause a greater distortion. So size should be small and the charge of the cation should be larger, so it can cause a greater distortion to an anion. Calcium carbonate react with nitric acid. 0.05 moles of calcium carbonate was added to 0.08 moles of nitric acid. So which of the following 0.05 moles of carbon dioxide, how we can work out? First, when both reactants are given, we should know which one is a limiting reagent. So 1:2 is the ratio. So 0.05, how much we need? We need X, so cross multiply. We need 0.1 mole. So we need 0.1 moles of nitric acid, but we have only 0.08, so it means nitric acid is a limiting reagent and calcium carbonate is an access reagent. So whenever we are finding a product, we always find from limiting reagent. So 0.05 moles of carbon dioxide produced. That's wrong because the ratio is 2:1. So 0.08, this will be X cross multiply, so we will get 0.04. This is not correct. 0.08 moles of calcium nitrate will be there. Again, that is also wrong. The ratio is 2:1. Calcium carbonate is in excess. That's true. That calcium carbonate is an excess reagent. We have more than enough. And how much extra we have? Because the ratio is 1:2. So 0.08 will be X cross multiply. So 0.04 we need. And but we have 0.05, so it shows that calcium carbonate is an excess by 0.01. In question 10, which of the following pair gases occupy same volume? To occupy same volume, we should have same moles. So 2 grams of hydrogen, the mole 2 divided by 2, that will be 1 mole. And 14 grams of nitrogen, nitrogen is N2, so 14 divided by 28, so it will be 0.5. So wrong. 32 gram of methane, methane carbon is 12 plus oxygen 16. So, sorry, hydrogen is 4 because CH4 is there. The total is 16. So 32 divided by 16 will get 2 moles. And carbon dioxide 88 divided by 44 because carbon dioxide CO2. So we'll also get 2 moles. So when we have the same number of moles, they will occupy the same volume at standard conditions. Consider the reaction below. What is the maximum volume of in DMQ for nitrogen dioxide could be obtained when 1 gram of nitrogen monoxide mixed with 2 gram of oxygen? So ratio, first we should know the limiting reagent. The ratio is 2:1. If we have 1, this will be cross multiply. So we need only 0.5 dm cube of oxygen for reaction. But we have 2, so oxygen is in excess and nitrogen monoxide is a limiting reagent. So whenever we find a product, we always find from limiting. Ratio is 2:2 or 1:1. So if we have 1, this will be X. So we'll get 1 dm cube of nitrogen dioxide. So A will be the right answer. Which of the following graphs show not drawn to scale best represent? So basically what happened for first 4 elements in the period, it increases because group 1, 2, 3, and then group 4 is there, which is long chain compound, and then catenation. due to more giant structure, and then group 5, 6, 7 simple structures are there, so it matches with option A. That melting point increases for first 4 in the period and then it decreases. In an experiment, 3.42 gram of lead oxide was reduced to 3.105 of lead. What is the empirical formula? So what is the mass of a lead here? That is 3.105. And what is the mass of oxygen? So total mass 3.425 minus 3.105, that is equals to 0.32. Then what we have to do, we have to divide by atomic mass, which is 207.2 for lead, as you can see here. So this value will be divided by 207.2 and this will be divided by 16. So 3.105 divided by 207, which is 0.015, and this will be 0.32 divided by 16, which is 0.02. We divide by smallest value, so 0.015. This will be 1, and this divided by 0.015, so it equal to 1.33. Whenever 1.323 is there, we'll multiply all of them by 3, so this will be 3 and this will be 4, so C will be the right answer. In question 14, which of the following ion has the smallest radius? So to check the radius, we'll check number of proton. So this contain 9 protons and 10 electrons. This contain 12 protons and 10 electrons. This contain 11 protons and 10 electrons. And this contain oxygen is 8, so 8 protons and 10 electrons. So to be smaller size, the number of the protons should be more than electrons, so it can have a greater attraction. That's why magnesium will be smaller in size. Phenol is converted into trichlorophenol TCP according to the equation. 50 grams of phenol produce 97.6 gram of T. What is the percentage yield? So we have C6H5OH. This is a practical value 97.6. C6H2Cl3OH. So the ratio of the mass 94 is to 197.5. So if we have 50, so this will be X. So it will be 50 multiplied by 197.5 divided by 94. So theoretically we should get 105 grams. So percentage yield is a practical value divided by theoretical value into 100. So 97.6 divided by 105, which is into 100, which is 92.9%. Which of the following contain a dative covalent bond? So ammonium ion, nitrogen belongs to group 5, so it will have share 3 electron. But when there is a proton, that proton is attracted towards the lone pair, and when both electrons are shared from the same element, we call that as a dative covalent bond. If price of 1 ton, 1000 kilogram of a sulfur is 160 pounds, what is the cost to the nearest pound of sulfur need to make 1 tons of sulfuric acid? So sulfuric acid will take a ratio H2SO4 and sulfur. This total is 98 and sulfur is 32. So if you want to make 1 ton, of sulfuric acid, then we need X grams of sulfur. So it will be 32 divided by 98. That will be 0.32 tons of sulfur is needed. And 1 ton of sulfur cost 160 pounds. So if we need 0.32 tons, it will be X. So 160 multiplied by 0.32. So that will be equal to about 52 pounds. Potassium combined with iodine to form potassium iodide. The type of bonding, potassium is a metal, so it should be metallic. Iodine is a non-metal, so covalent, and potassium iodide, metal plus non-metal, so ionic. That's why D will be the right answer. Which of the following does not represent the structure of compound 2-methyl pentoene? Means we should have second position, we have a methyl group and the double bond. So 1, 2, numbering should always start from nearest functional group or a branch. But if both are on the same side, we give priority to the functional group. So 1, 2, 3. So second position, we have a branch and double bond. But when I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So second position, we have a double bond, and third position, we have a branch. So that's why B is not showing the structure of 2-methyl pentoene. Ions with the same electronic configuration said to be isoelectronic. Which of the following compound is made of isoelectronics? So calcium, it's 20, but when it lose electron, it will be 18. And oxygen is 8, but when it gain electron, it will be 10. Calcium. But when we check sodium oxide, sodium having 11, but it lost electrons, so it will be 10. And oxygen, each oxygen having 8 electrons, so it took 2 electrons from sodium, so it will be 10 as well. So sodium oxide will be an isoelectronic. Iso means same, and electronic here refers to electrons. So this was unit 1 of IEL chemistry from January 2015.